It's Kaufman is Alive. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic book, Batman The Last Halloween, number 5 by DC Comics. This is the sequel to The Long Halloween that came out in the 90s, written by Jeff Loeb, and Tim Sale was the artist. We got Jeff Loeb writing this book still, and Tim Sale has unfortunately passed away, so this series is almost like a tribute to him. And I got the Rob Liefeld cover here, which was the whole reason I picked this book up, was for this Rob Liefeld cover. Haven't read any of this series yet, to be honest, and this issue was really awesome. Kind of makes me wish I had been picking this one up, but I'll probably will go and pick it up in a trade when it comes out eventually. The real treat about this issue, though, that I didn't even realize till I got home and started flipping through it, is that I bought it for the Rob Liefeld cover, but we got Bill Sienkiewicz on the interiors, which, like I said, I did not even realize he was the interior artist on this issue until I got home. And I think it's only this issue that he is in for this miniseries. So, like I said, I bought it for the Rob Liefeld cover, though, because Rob had mentioned on his podcast that this was the first time he's ever had a Batman illustration printed by DC Comics, which like just Batman, and he's never done like an issue of Batman or anything either. So I think that it was pretty cool to get a Rob Liefeld Batman piece here. I really like the coloring on this; almost makes it look painted. But we've got some typical Liefeld tropes: the clenched teeth, the clenched fists, the balled up fists, pouches on the utility belt there. Of course, no feet. And we've got a character who's just kind of posing for the camera here. No real story being told on the cover. Liefeld loves doing these covers with just a character posing and then like faces in the background, which is what we get here. We get a Tim Sale kind of homage Joker face and a pumpkin. So, but I still really like this drawing. I think it's pretty cool. Liefeld's got a very striking style. I just like to collect his stuff, so. But we'll get into the Bill Sienkiewicz artwork here, which, like I said, is the real treat of this book, which I had no idea about. But, Bill Sienkiewicz did a lot of work on Daredevil, Moon Knight, New Mutants. I'm probably forgetting some stuff, too. He's done Batman. I've read issues of him doing the interiors of Batman many times, so he's no stranger to Batman. He's definitely indulging in Tim Sale's art style here, as we got Batman confronting the Joker again, almost like watercolor colors on here. It looks like some almost like painted artwork. It looks like here. Joker's wearing the Mad Hatter's hat. He's got the Riddler's cane. And again, you can see the very heavy Tim Sale influence here on like Catwoman. He's drawing Catwoman almost exactly like Tim Sale would. Same with the Joker. But I love all the panel breaks here too are like hand drawn in, and they're like broken and rigid. Just gives this whole book just this totally unique style. I love this sketch on the face here. All these faces, you can really like feel the emotion and pain in the face here. So Commissioner Gordon comes home and he's been checking on another cop, and he thought he told his wife that he was going to be late. Apparently he forgot, so she's been up waiting for him, and she says, "Where have you been, Jim? It's New Year's, and I spent it alone with our boy. Remember, the one who was kidnapped?" So apparently Jim Gordon's son was kidnapped here in this storyline by the Holiday Killer, which Batman's trying to figure out who the Holiday Killer is, which is, of course, the main plot of the Long Halloween. So I won't spoil who Holiday was in the original Long Halloween if you haven't read it yet. I just recommend go read it now. What are you waiting for? So basically, again, his wife is telling Jim that she's going to leave him because she says, I don't think I can do this anymore. He's just saying, I thought I told you. We see Joker. He's actually rounding up all the criminals and putting them back into the Gotham's Arkham Asylum. Apparently, they've all escaped thanks to something Robin did. So, again, I haven't read any of these, The Last Halloween yet. This is issue 5. So I'm kind of like thrown into the middle of the story here, which was pretty interesting. I do like to do this occasionally, too, with comics that I haven't been reading. You know, just pop in, see where the story is. You know, if it really grabs me, maybe just keep reading, into the next issues or so. But again, we've got the Joker. He's rounding up these other villains. We've got Mad Hatter, the Riddler. It's Valentine's Day, Batman says. He's trying to catch the Scarecrow. Just some totally wild figure drawing here by Bill Sienkiewicz. I really love the like power lines up what these are. He's like climbing up him. So he's trying to blow up this this bridge here. Batman trying to stop the Scarecrow. We see Commissioner Gordon here. He's talking to the FBI. The FBI mentions Mario Falcone. He had shot Batman previously in another issue we had learned. And Gilda Dent, the wife of Harvey Dent, had fingered him so as the bad guy. So the FBI is going to go pick him up despite Jim Gordon's wishes. So the FBI picks him up. The Joker rides by on horseback, though, shoots at the car. He's got Mr. Freeze's freeze gun here. So I like that Joker. He's been rounding up all the villains, but he's also kind of been collecting little trophies from them as well. Really cool looking page of this car crash here. He shoots the gun, it's all red, and then the car crash is all in black and white. We see the car flipping here. Batman says, I heard a gunshot. He goes running. He thinks it's Holiday, but he finds the Joker. Joker says, I was making up for what that idiot brat you run around with did. Talking about Robin, and Batman goes to, of course, beat the Joker up. But Joker snaps these twigs that have the fear state toxin from Scarecrow in it that he stole from Scarecrow. So then we see this like tripping image, this double splash page of Batman going insane. We see what he's probably feeling in this image here. I love this like kid drawn version of Robin. He's like having this nightmare of Batman and Catwoman, and they've got Robin, so they're like a family here, and Robin gets shot in this dream. And Batman starts to come out of this trip here. Really cool conceptual piece as the Joker's face kind of melts into Batman's eye there. We've got Joker in the hourglass, just wild conceptual stuff from Bill Sienkiewicz here. So Batman takes the antidote thanks to Robin. Joker doesn't get the antidote because he was obviously standing right next to Batman, and he took the fear toxin as well. So Batman, he goes to the car to try and save the FBI agents, and Mario Falcone is gone. And he says, the Valentines, the tape 22, if Mario Falcone is not Holiday, who took him? And he sees some plants here. He says ivy, which we don't see in this issue. That kind of will lead us into the next issue, I assume. But if you read the original Long Halloween, you know the story involves like the entire Rogues Gallery of Batman. So And we get a good glimpse of that in this story as we got Joker and Mad Hatter and Catwoman. Now we got Ivy showing up. We saw Mr. Freeze's gun. The Riddler made an appearance briefly in this book. So all the villains, much like in the original here, they've all got a part to play in this story. So this is an awesome part here. Well, it's not awesome for Jim Gordon. It sucks for him. His wife's leaving him. But just this drawing here of his face as he learns the truth. Just the pain that he's feeling is just drawn into this illustration by Bill Sienkiewicz. You can tell it's just really cool stuff. I love the artwork in this book. One of my favorite comics so far that I've read this year, definitely. So he says, Holiday killed tonight, the question is why? And he takes Joker back to Arkham. Joker says he knows something that Batman doesn't know. And Batman says, with each step, we're being outmaneuvered. Someone who knows us, who knows how we think. Falcone? Batman says, where's Harvey Dent? So Batman thinking it's Harvey Dent now. And we see in the kind of the epilogue, Gilda, she's going into this shady doctor's office, like underground. He says, the doctor says, we've actually met before talking about Harvey. The night your husband was admitted for the acid burns to his face, I was the attending surgeon. He nearly killed me, but that led to my current line of work, a second chance. He says, please, Mrs. Dent, don't say anything or do anything to upset him. And Batman says, ironically, her devotion to her husband is unshakable. And we see Gilda see Harvey as Two-Face here for the first time. And he says, Mrs. Dent, what are you doing here? And Solomon Grundy stalking behind him. So awesome issue. I highly recommend picking this up. We get a Tim Sale tribute here to a piece he did of the Joker. There's that Joker face that we see on the cover by Liefeld. We get a Bill Sienkiewicz Joker illustration there, or painting. And we get an interview with Bill Sienkiewicz about his involvement with this book by Ariana Totoro. I recommend reading all this. Bill just talks about how Tim Sale's work inspired him. He was eager to jump on and do this issue. And he talks about how he tried to bring more of Tim's style and feel to the issue I drew. He says, I also added tones and textures to the pages to give them a grittier feel and establish even more of a departure from other projects I've done. And he really did. You can really tell in this book, too. He says he's worked with some of the collaborators before, but some of them on this project, this is the first time he's worked with them, and he's eager to see how this all turns out. And we get some sketches from him here, which is really cool. These Batman faces are just incredible. We get some more sketches here of the other characters. And the Liefeld variant cover here. We get the Tim Sale cover. And a look at the next issue. So, again, go pick this up if you haven't yet. If you can still find it on the shelf, definitely recommend it. And thanks again for watching. I do post daily comic book reviews. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Get notifications turned on so you know when I get those daily videos put out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Go read comics.